Some people feel almost nothing when something impressive happens. A moment that excites others barely moves them. Their emotional response stays flat. Internally calm, externally unreadable. Their brain reacts differently to achievement. Success does not trigger a rush. There is no surge of excitement, no emotional spike, just quiet recognition. Praise barely registers. Compliments pass through without landing. Words that energize others feel hollow. They hear them, but they do not absorb them. Success feels quiet, not heavy, not euphoric, just acknowledged. This is not arrogance. It is not superiority. It is not looking down on others. It is not boredom. They are not disengaged. They are not numb. It is a psychological adaptation, a learned internal adjustment, a survival response. It often starts early in life, before self-awareness, before a conscious choice. Rewards were inconsistent, sometimes given, often withheld. Validation was unpredictable. Approval came randomly, or not at all. Praise arrived late, or never arrived. Effort went unnoticed. The brain learned not to expect it. Expectation became dangerous. Hope became risky. Excitement became unsafe. Because excitement led to letdown. Anticipation led to disappointment. So the mind adjusted, quietly, efficiently. Emotional volume was turned down, not shut off, just lowered. Reactions became controlled, measured, delayed. Neutral became normal. Calm replaced reaction. Stillness replaced expression. Outsiders misread this silence. They fill the gap with assumptions. They assume superiority. They assume emotional coldness. They assume indifference. They are wrong. These people feel deeply, sometimes more deeply than most, but internally, their emotions move inward, not outward. They process before reacting. They analyze before expressing. They stabilize before responding. The reward system is muted, not broken, just restrained. Dopamine spikes are smaller, shorter, less dramatic. Novelty fades quickly. Newness loses power fast. Excitement collapses early. Impressive things feel expected, not because standards are high, but because expectations are low. Low expectations protect the mind. They reduce emotional risk. They limit disappointment. Disappointment loses its power because it is anticipated, because it is already contained. Emotional swings disappear. High highs vanish. Low lows soften. Calm replaces excitement. Stability replaces thrill. Predictability replaces intensity. This looks cold from the outside, detached, distant, but it is efficient. It works. The mind conserves energy. No emotional waste. No unnecessary reaction. Overreaction is avoided. Drama is bypassed. Impulse is restrained. Emotional debt is minimized. Nothing builds up. Nothing explodes. Praise is observed, not absorbed. Success is registered, not celebrated. Failure is processed, not dramatized. Everything passes through a filter. Nothing overwhelms. This creates emotional distance, a quiet buffer, a protective space. Distance creates control. Control creates safety. Safety becomes addictive because safety feels reliable, predictable. Over time, excitement feels unnecessary, even disruptive, unstable. Big moments feel small. They arrive quietly. They leave quietly. Small moments feel manageable, contained, safe. Nothing overwhelms. Nothing floods the system. Nothing destabilizes. Nothing impresses deeply. This is not emotional damage. It is emotional regulation. The brain chose predictability. Predictability reduces pain. Reduced pain reduces joy. That is the cost. The trade-off is silent, rarely discussed, rarely noticed. Most people never see it. They only feel the distance. They feel unseen. They feel unneeded. They feel shut out. But the distance is self-protection, not rejection. These minds value control over intensity, calm over excitement, stability over pleasure. That is the hidden pattern. Once you see it, behavior makes sense. Reactions become predictable. Silence becomes logical. The lack of